Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the London Black Knights. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Started, and we are underway here in London. This will make it into the end zone, and no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags, and trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Caught out left side by Robinson. Call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. First carry here for Robinson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Third down.
On 3rd down, Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're going to have this this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, Jones making the catch is Sternberger. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4th and 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Jaguars are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
His passing's been on point on this drive. He's been very accurate. Got the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action. Now it's Allen. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. We'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. And what a big-time play there. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. Those those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get a big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
At the 29-yard line.
On play action, Allen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
36-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And now it's third down.
Kirk, incomplete. Brings up third.
On play action, Allen sliding out of the pocket. And able to find Kirk complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run here with Akers. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's the
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No doubt to take an offense right here. The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But somehow, listen, there are going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Maybe his right on the coverage.
Jones now to throw on third down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. It's a run with Akers. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones.
That's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's got room. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 29-yard line. A big pickup of 38. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jamison Crowder, 68 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone.
They'll take over. First,
getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He only has a single solo carry, 1. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world, but a back like that with only 1 carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. One all the way down inside the 20. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now Allen going to give this one to Cam Akers. And take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now Jones on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Jones.
That catch good for only a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
And 8 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
On the return. They'll take over first and 10.
Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their head saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far. A big pickup of 38. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. From the gun, it's Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Christian Kirk. Incomplete. Brings up second and goal.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. To throw again. Allen. It's caught. Touchdown. Christian Kirk in the final seconds of the first half. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number two.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we're saying that a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the... Oh, wide open, complete! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's Akers. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Cam Akers, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? To get him the football.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. London about set to take over on offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back.
Akers, he cuts it up, and the Jags grab it. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points.
After review of the play, the ruling on
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery, escaping the pressure right. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That third down conversion good for 23. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call VCR players. Guys who respond.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
2nd and 9.
Now Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Jones on 3rd down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter. Good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
First down there, but it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll buy some time right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Allen, this will be caught at about the 6. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. They'll try to run forward with Cohen, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tariq Cohen with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Welcome back now here in London. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Jones looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in the preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
He'll have another first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
London about set to take over on offense. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
By Julian Blackmon.
Off play action. Allen steps away to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Allen flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. But that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time. Off play action. Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out come the Jags. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Down, Jaguars.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
To number 86.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Robinson. It's a gain of 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger.
Complete to
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Loss of 6 yards.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
7-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Allen. There's that man again. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good. And
even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Now Jones throwing after the interception. Underneath into the hands of Sternberger. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.